Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about my Unbound race recap. So we'll just get right into it and start with the day before. So the day before was the expo. Well, the expo was going on a couple days before, but I got there on the Thursday night with the race being on Saturday. And so on Sunday, I went and picked up my packet, got my bib number, and went to the expo, which the expo is amazing. It truly is insane. I got to see Envy work on Alexi Vermillion's bike, which was awesome, along with just so many brands, plus listening to pro riders talk on the panels was pretty cool. But it was hot. It was hot. And I participated in one shakeout ride. It was the last one for the day because I had to work in the morning. And so I forgot to put on sunscreen, and that was a big mistake. And I actually got sunburnt the day before. But that's on me and whatnot. So let's get into race day, right? Race day morning, wake up pretty early, ate eggs with rice, was feeling pretty good in the morning. Got to the start line, and initially in my head, I'm like, okay, 100 miles. I should be able to do this in 6 hours. Realistically, 6 hours, 100 miles on gravel should be doable. The first sign that they put up, because you could like self-seed yourself, was 7 hours. So I was like, okay, ride past that. There are so many people in the starting chute. I could not physically get up to the 7 hour mark in order to self-seed myself where I thought I would be. And because it ended up being 108 miles, I was kind of like, okay, there's an extra 8 miles. 6.5 hours is a better goal. So that was kind of the starting point I had going into it. The first half of the race was awesome. So from the start to the aid station was awesome. It was like bang on 54 miles, so exactly halfway. It was good. We were rolling fast like the first couple of laps. So my Garmin lapped every 5 miles. The first couple laps we ran basically 19, 20, 20. These are mile an hour averages. So we went 19, 20, 20, 19, 17, 17, 16. And that was the point at which we were nearing halfway. Wasn't too hot in the morning. Started pretty cool. Definitely started to heat up. And so got into the first aid station. Hadn't really drank much water. I finished my bottles with mix in it. So I was aiming for about 90 to 100 grams of carbs an hour. 30 gram gel every half an hour, and half a bottle that had 60 grams of carbs in it every hour. So about 90 grams of carbs an hour, which is typically what I train at, which was good. My carb mix has high sodium. It's the Flow Formula stuff, the high sodium stuff. It was good, tasty, unflavored, great. So I didn't drink a ton of water in the first half. I maybe drank half of my 2-liter hydration pack, which for 3 hours seems about right, because I drink about 750 mils of liquid, so about a bottle an hour. So that seems about right to have about a liter with the 1.5 liters, maybe 500 mil short of where I normally am. So get to the aid station. Swap hydration packs, swap bottles. So we get 2 more bottles, another 2 liters of water. Give my basically drop all my wrappers, grab new gels for my dad, and head off. Pretty quick. Wasn't the fastest pit stop, but like I'm not racing for the win as much as I love the adrenaline of racing, but I had to take a minute. I did put on sunscreen at the aid station because I didn't earlier in the morning because I forgot to. Put it on at the aid station. I don't think I burned any worse the second day. So the first half was pretty good. Second half, here's where it gets interesting. So we leave the aid station right at about the 54 mile mark, right? So from 54 to 60 miles felt pretty okay. There's a big climb that was just out of the aid station. Starts on pavement, goes on to gravel, keeps going up. I shouldn't say climb. There's a big hill. So which was fine. But once we hit to the 60-mile mark, all of my power just gone. Like if you look at, when I look at the power data on Strava or on Training Peaks, it just drops off. So the first half, I don't know exactly what I was averaging. I'll look it up here. In terms of raw power or normalized, I think I was about 245 to 250 normalized power. And so the second half, it fell. I was barely pushing like 150 watts. It was rough. Apologies. The camera died, but let's get back into this. So the first half, I'm now looking at Training Peaks. It was 220 normalized power, 183 raw power average for the first half, and 17 miles an hour. So that was pretty much right on goal pace. Right on goal pace. The temperature slowly climbed, is what I would say. Just looking at the Training Peaks is it just slowly climbed throughout the entire day. After this point, from the rest stop to the end of the race, we see a little bit of a different story. A normalized power of 159, an actual power of an average of 127. My power just fell off a cliff. As it got hotter, I went slower. I'm not surprised. I didn't do much heat training for it, so I can't complain too much about that. First half felt really good. Second half felt really bad. Just about a 15 or 14.5 mile an hour average for the second half. For a total time of 6:56, according to a total ride time of 6:56. The actual duration was looks like 7 hours and 2 minutes because I did have to stop, rest stop, and whatnot. But yeah, it was cool. I got to see the leaders of the Elite 200 go by, which was awesome. There were a couple named climbs on this route. I don't know if they're going to be in the video or not, because I'll explain what I did for the race footage after we finish talking about the race. But then you'll see like the last minute and a half of just trying to get to the finish line, just trying to get there. But yeah, so overall, 195 normalized power, 154 raw power, pretty weak. pretty weak. That's zone 1 raw power, which obviously normalized is like mid zone 2, but wasn't great. Overall average speed was 15.6 miles an hour. Not great, not the worst, but not great. I'll be happy if I can average that speed for the Lutsen 99er, because I have to get top 35 in my age group in order to get a spot for Leadville. We'll see if that happens. I have no idea if that will happen, but we'll see if that happens. But overall, the event was awesome. We camped at the fairgrounds. It had rained before we got there, so the ground was a little damp, but that was fine. Overall, the race was dry. The race was very dry. In the thumbnail, you'll see the bike. It was very dry. There was one water crossing, which with the way I had the camera set up, I'm not starting and stopping the way that I did with Barry-Roubaix. I set it to interval video, so every half an hour, it would take a 30-second video. It was either, every half an hour it would take a 30-second video. And then I manually overrid it for the finish line because I wanted that, because Barry-Roubaix camera died because I was thinking about it too much. And this it was a nicer camera setup where I was using the Insta360 Go 3S with a mount out front, put the interval video on, could turn, didn't have to pay attention to it at all during the race. Did my thing, and then I overrid it for the finish line because I wanted to get the finish line. This event is huge. And I knew that going into it. Obviously, it's a lottery system in order to get in. But yeah. Would I do this race again? Yes, but I think I would do the 200. I don't think I would necessarily go back for the 100. Obviously, this performance wasn't great, but I think if I heat trained, I would have done better. And I think I'm going more down the endurance route in terms of training and the races that I'm doing. So I think it's just a matter of time until I do the 200. But I don't think I'll be back next year due to timing of other life events and the timing of this race. But yeah, that's about it for the race recap. So for the camera setup, like I was saying, I just used the Insta360 Go 3S. I had the pod and its mounting bracket up underneath the my computer mount. Set up the interval video every half an hour, 30 seconds, and then I just put the rest of the camera in one of my back pockets. It didn't take up too much space. Could have put it in my hydration pack. Happy I put it in a back pocket so that I could fiddle with it at the very end to override the interval video and start the regular video for the end of the race. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video. I would recommend the Unbound as a whole to anyone, even if you're not even racing, just going to the expo and doing the shakeout rides. I think that would be a great way to do the event if you didn't get an entry or if you don't want to get an entry, but it was a hot day. The second half, it felt like I was in an oven baking. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video, and I will see you in the next video, which will probably be the Lutsen 99er race recap, which hopefully we have some good news in that video about getting the entry to Lutsen. The turnaround time on this video, the race at this point was 3 weeks ago, so I didn't feel very motivated to make this video, if I'm being honest, just because of the second half was so demoralizing. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video. I will see you in the next one.